Trillions of dollars are moving. Governments are betting the future of their civilizations on a substance they can't even see. Is hydrogen the ultimate savior of our planet, or the most expensive industrial hallucination in human history? Right now, there is a global energy war happening in the shadows. The prize? Control over the next century of manufacturing. But while politicians sign checks for hundreds of billions, the investors are bleeding out. And this is where things get complicated. Hydrogen is the universe's most basic building block. It's not an energy source. It's a carrier, a chemical battery. 1 kilogram of the stuff holds nearly 3 times the energy of gasoline. On paper, it looks revolutionary. But in practice, it's a logistical nightmare. Not all hydrogen is created equal. The dirty king, made from natural gas, it dumps 10 kilos of CO2 for every kilo of fuel. It's cheap, around $1.50 per kilo. But it's a climate disaster. The bridge, same process, but we catch the carbon and bury it. Costs it $2 to $3.50. Green hydrogen, the holy grail. We use wind and solar to split water. No emissions, pure. But there was one massive problem. Green hydrogen costs up to $6 per kilo. It's currently 3 to 4 times more expensive than the dirty stuff. Why are we doing this? Because batteries have a limit. You can't fly a 747 across the Atlantic or run a massive steel mill on AA batteries. And reality hit. China isn't waiting. They already control half of the world's production equipment and have a 100 GW roadmap to dominate the market by 2030. The EU is terrified of losing their industrial crown. They just dumped €1.09 billion into 9 massive projects to save their sovereignty. The USA threw a grenade into the market with the Inflation Reduction Act, offering a staggering $3 per kilo tax credit. It's a gold rush fueled by subsidies. But the deeper you look, the stranger the story becomes. Here is a reality check the lobbyists don't want you to see. Electrolysis is only 60% to 70% efficient. By the time you compress it, transport it, and finally use it, you've lost the majority of the energy you started with. And that's where the real problem began. Hydrogen is the escape artist of molecules. It is so small it can literally slip through solid steel. This is called hydrogen embrittlement, and it turns expensive pipelines into brittle glass. To store it, you have to compress it to 700 times atmospheric pressure, or freeze it to minus 253 degrees Celsius, colder than the dark side of the moon. That sounded promising, until the economics were revealed. We've announced 37,000 kilometers of pipelines worldwide, but as of today, less than 6% have actually been funded. In the corporate world, hydrogen has become a graveyard of ambitions. Plug Power, the pioneer. They're carrying a crushing $8 billion in debt and lost $1.3 billion in a single year. Their stock has been in a freefall. Siemens Energy. They needed a €7.5 billion government guarantee just to stay in the race. Nikola Corporation. Once the Tesla of trucks. They filed for bankruptcy in 2025, and suddenly, the entire industry faced a brutal reality. These companies are stuck in the valley of death, spending billions on factories while waiting for customers who might never arrive. If you invested in a pure-play hydrogen company in 2021, you likely lost everything. 90% of the accumulated value of these stocks has been wiped out, and investors started to panic. Venture capital funding fell by 1/3 in 2024. The hype cycle is over. Now we are in the era of survival. So is hydrogen the future? The answer is, it doesn't have a choice. For the world to reach net zero, we need this molecule to work for our steel, our chemicals, and our heavy ships. But the next decade will determine everything. We are standing at a crossroads. Down one path, hydrogen becomes the invisible skeleton of a new industrial revolution. Down the other, it remains a trillion-dollar energy illusion, a cautionary tale for the ages. Humanity is betting the house on the universe's most common element. Let's hope the physics agrees with the finance.